All right, Levi's Stadium is hosting this year's Super Bowl, as you know, bringing thousands of spectators to the Bay Area.
As always, there will be security plan in place, including military personnel. Anyone working at the venue will go through a vigorous background check.
Yeah, and that's what ABC 7 News Building a Better Bay Area reporter Leanne Melendez is here to talk about tonight. These efforts to make sure things are orderly and safe.
Right, and we're not talking about the presence of ICE in this situation in the Super Bowl, because that's a completely different, a whole different topic. So let's go back 10 years. Remember Super Bowl 50 held here in the Bay Area? You had federal and local law enforcement agents, metal detectors, canine units, and a joint operations center, and that was enough. Today, facial recognition technology is being used more and more in many of the NFL facilities, and some police unions don't like it.
Last July, this man entered the lobby of a Midtown Manhattan building where the National Football League has its headquarters. The 27-year-old man was diagnosed with CTE after years of playing football. He killed 3 before killing himself. A month later, the NFL recommended tighter security measures at stadiums and other league facilities. But even before that, measures were already tight after a man drove a pickup truck into a crowd in New Orleans, killing 14 and injuring 57 people last January. 1 month before that city was scheduled to host the Super Bowl. The NFL elevated its security measures.
We came together with unwavering resolve to ensure that the people of New Orleans have a safe, supported, and are here to fully enjoy the excitement of Super Bowl 59.
This year's Super Bowl at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara is expected to have a heavy law enforcement presence and tight restrictions. Former San Francisco Police Chief Greg Suhr has worked at each Super Bowl for the past 10 years.
The Super Bowl, like Mardi Gras, the World Cup, is what they call a Tier 1 event. That's the highest threat level for pre-planned events, period.
Anyone working security will be fingerprinted and must provide personal information. The NFL is also using facial recognition. They call it authentication. It's been a point of contention among a few police unions that are concerned about where that information might end up. In their monthly journal, the San Francisco Police Officers Association wrote, President Wong advised the NFL wants members' personal information for Super Bowl City. President Wong is fighting this. But now, since SFPD was told that its officers will not be providing security at Levi's Stadium, the union is no longer pushing back. But Las Vegas is. The police union there is telling their officers to not work any of the Raiders' home games at Allegiant Stadium. Here's their statement. Quote, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department has continued to work with the NFL to find a solution that both agencies could agree on, but we have not come to an agreement at this time. Because of this, the LVMPD is not complying with the NFL's biometric process.
Anyone should be concerned about sensitive or biometric data, being stored in ways that's not needed, and potentially, whether it's, through a breach or some other improper uses, could end up in the wrong hands.
The NFL told us the information gathered will be disposed of immediately after the Super Bowl. Ironically, some police departments use facial recognition to help solve crimes and detain a suspect. Yet some cities, like San Francisco, have banned this technology. The last time the Bay Area hosted a Super Bowl was 10 years ago, and the NFL was not using this type of authentication. This time, the Santa Clara Police Department, the lead law enforcement agency, has agreed to comply with the mandate. Quote, we are pleased to have reached a solution with the NFL that preserves the strong, jointly developed security standards of SCPD and the NFL while also addressing the privacy concerns raised by our police union. This makes it clear that no one working security at the Super Bowl will be allowed inside without being authenticated. Suhr recalls the time the 49ers were in the Super Bowl in Miami in 2020.
Mayor Breed went with some guys that are great guys, friends of mine, San Francisco Police Department, and they were her detail. They thought because they were her detail and they were sworn law enforcement working that they could get in. They weren't credentialed. They didn't have a ticket. They were not allowed in.
How about Mayor Breed? Did she get in?
Mayor Breed had a ticket.
she had a ticket. Now the NFL emailed us to say that they have been working on these security plans for 18 months. Now, the same plans and the same requirements that are asked of us, the media. And I just have to say that, you know, when we go to the airport, the TSA, I don't know if you notice, of course, you have to give your ID,
Sure.
and then they take a picture to make sure
That's
that
right.
you're the same person. So that's been going on. It goes on in 238 airports throughout the country.